You saw Oscars So Diverse, hashtag Oscars So Diverse trending for a couple hours Monday morning on Twitter. And that's a far cry from what it's been for the last couple of years, when you could pretty much assume the lack of diversity in the Oscar nominations would bring social media ire. And Oscars So White would be trending for hours upon end. But for the first time in many years, I'll say this. It feels like the Oscars got a lot of things right. There's still questionable snubs. There's one in particular I can't get over, and I can't wrap my head around. We'll get to that when we talk about kind of a breakdowns of how we're going to address, the nominees that stuck out to us. Talk about that later. And then there's still some funky classifications for lead versus supporting actor. I made the joke to you guys. I guess Chicago is the lead actor of Judas and the Black Messiah.
Yeah.
Because Daniel Kaluuya and Lakeith Stanfield are both nominated for Best Supporting Actor. I don't know how they divvied that up or what the hell justification that comes with, but I'll still sleep at night. But it feels less so this year, the nitpicking, the bitching, even for me. When I woke up and I was reading the nominations on Monday morning, I was nodding and I'm talking to myself and I'm like, I like a lot of this. It's not perfect. No Oscars is ever going to be. It's the first time in a long time, though. I don't feel like I have to complain a lot. And we kind of talked about this earlier, too, or a couple shows ago. We were saying that this last year, this big year that we had, there were so many different platforms, so many different movies, and it wasn't like the movies that had maybe a diverse cast or focused on the Asian experience or the Black experience or the woman experience or whatever. It's not like these movies were niche. These were among the highest rated, most popular movies of 2020. So it wasn't like we were digging beneath the surface and like they got to nominate, I don't know, Andrew On's Driveways or something. I wish they did, but they didn't. But it wasn't like that. These were some of the best movies of the year categorically. So you could nitpick on that as much as you want, but I still feel like this was a very significant crop of Oscar nominees and a very diverse group nonetheless. We have our first Muslim Best Actor nomination with Riz Ahmed for Sound of Metal. We have our first Asian American Best Actor nomination with Stephen Yeun. For Minari, we have two women, two females up for Best Director in Emerald Fennell. And why am I blanking on the other one over here?
Chloe Zhao.
Chloe Zhao for Nomadland. I had the ballot buried over here. We have Viola Davis breaking records, four nominees.
Nice.
For acting nominees. So she's nominated once again, unsurprisingly, for the role of Ma Rainey in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. And a handful of great films getting their dues all around. The last tidbit of information I'll point out before I throw it over to you guys, your just general reactions to the Oscar nominations. Glenn Close. Let me say this. Glenn Close, nominated for an Oscar for Best Supporting Actress for Hillbilly Elegy. Also nominated for a Razzie. The same performance, Hillbilly Elegy. She got an Oscar nomination. And she got a Razzie nomination. The Razzie nomination's bullshit. As flawed as Hillbilly Elegy is, the Razzie nom is bullshit.
I agree.
Yeah.
Let me start by saying that is bullshit. Razzie nomination. You can question maybe Best Supporting Actress, and really just the rest of that film kind of weighs down her performance. But like her performance is a standout in that movie. I don't think she should win it, but like it is a bright spot in that film. One that I thoroughly did enjoy because she was fierce in that movie. She was the rock and the anchor for not just for the characters, but just literally the movie itself. I'm like, yeah, sure, but I want to see Glenn Close lay down the law, and that was
hands down the best part of that movie. The best part.
We all agreed that the last 20 to 30 minutes of that movie should have been the majority of that film, where she actually gets on that kid's ass and fixes his issues that he's
which
having.
is cliche, but
it was working.
Yeah. Let me add on here because I think we're all in agreement that Delroy Lindo is the biggest snub here.
Yeah.
I think unequivocally the biggest snub. But I asked you guys, and we're going to go around. I'll go last. I'll get Joe first on this because I told you guys to pick your biggest snub, pick the person you're happiest for, the nominee you're happiest for, and what you would want to win Best Picture. Your pick for Best Picture. Joe, you've talked the least of the three of us to start the show. I'm going to start with you. You can give like I said, you can give all three little explanation too.
Well, okay, like I said, the biggest snub for me is Delroy Lindo, in my opinion. I thought the guy killed it in that film, and the fact that he's not being nominated at all, I think is just kind of some BS. I mean, just the film overall, to me, I think not being nominated is the biggest snub. If I had to choose another one, God, I really wanted to see more from, I had it on my top 5 list.
Promising Young Woman.
Promising Young Woman. No, it wasn't that one. Oh my God. Maybe
Scoob?
it'll come back to me. No, not Scoob. Never. No.
Bad Boys for Life.
Bad Boys for Life. Yeah. Borat 2. Borat 2.
Yes.
I wanted to
yes,
see.
thank
I
you.
wanted to see more of from that film. I mean, it got Best Actress, and I was happy to see that.
Supporting, yeah.
Supporting actress, yeah. Maria Baklova. I was happy to see that. It got Best Adapted Screenplay, which we had a whole discussion about in the chat, like how the hell does that work? But I was kind of bummed out that like Sacha Baron Cohen didn't get something either, because I thought he was really good in that film. But he got the one for Trial Chicago 7. I don't know. I was like, I felt like Borat 2, and I'll go into this more when we go into Coming to America, for a sequel that came out so many years later, after we just got done with Coming to America, which I won't get into just yet, but also Zombieland 2 and a bunch of other sequels that come so many years later. I was like, you know what? Like, rethinking that, it's probably one of the best sequels we've gotten in a long time to anything, really. It really went above and beyond of what it had to do. Now, the person I was the happiest to see get nominated was, forgive me if I butcher the name here, but Yoon Jung from Minari, the grandmother. I was so happy to see her get nominated, because I was talking about it in the review, like, she reminds me of like any grandmother that I've met, especially my two, where like, you know, that connection she has with her grandson and everything. I thought it was so sweet, so cute, and I'm so glad to see she got nominated. In fact, if you want to throw another snub, I was hoping that little kid from Minari was gonna get it, man. I was hoping he would get it, because seeing that he won the Critics' Choice Awards, I think, or whatever award it was, I forgot which award it was, but like he had this whole acceptance speech. It was for the best youngest actor or something, and he had like this really heartwarming acceptance speech. It's like, damn, man, this kid, I hope he does get nominated for the Oscar. That would be cool as hell to see, man. Just the nomination. He doesn't have to win it, just the nomination. But yeah, I was so happy to see that she got nominated for Best Supporting Actress. I don't know if she's gonna win it. I'm up in the air about that one. That one to me so far has like a lot of people. I haven't seen The Father, but I've heard Olivia Colman's very good in that movie. But between her, Maria Baklova, and Yoon Jung, I don't know who's gonna win that. As far as Best Picture, God, this is the hardest one for me, because every film here I was actually, like last year, I was actually cool with. But if I have to pick
your
one,
your pick, not what you think will win.
Yeah. If I have to go with one, just by process of elimination, it's coming down to either Minari or Promising Young Woman. And I'll just go with Minari.
Oh, God damn it. That's me too. That's me too.
Because it's like Child Chicago 7, I gave like 3 out of 4 stars. I haven't seen Sound of Metal. I still haven't seen No Man Land. I saw Mank. It's good, but like, you know, again, like, you know, it's just a 3 out of 4 star movie for me. Haven't seen The Father, and Judas the Black Messiah was 3 out of 4 stars. So maybe when I see those other films, I'll have a more clear, definite answer. But right now, it's either between Minari or Promising Young Woman.
Dude, she injected so much character into that movie that just came out of left field, because I thought it was just gonna, you know, Borat. It was like, oh yeah, the typical Borat stuff, and I thought, you know, the daughter would be, you know, just a C plot or whatever, and like a cheap joke, maybe with a couple of sexist things, you know, haha, Kazakhstan is sexist. But no, she winds up like straight up carrying the second half of that movie, and just injects so much heart into injects so much heart into a Borat film. So I'm really happiest for her there. Biggest snub, yeah, Delroy Lindo. No surprise there. I'm gonna meme and say biggest snub was Lupin the Third, the first, for not being nominated for animated picture. Although I have not seen the movie, so I don't know. I just think anime should automatically. There should be an anime category in the Oscar. No, I don't freaking know what I'm talking about. And really, yeah, if it for Best Picture, it really is down to Minari and Promising, because the other movies, Trial, Judas, good movies. The acting, I think, brings it over the top. But in terms of full packages, oh man, it's really tough. I'm gonna say Promising Young Woman, because it's just more provocative, just for the hell of it. But really, it's neck and neck, because I would not be upset with either of those two winning.
Well, okay, let me ask this. Actually, no, Steve, you go, then I'll ask it.
Okay, sure. Biggest snub, Delroy Lindo. Inexcusable. No contest. If you would have told me he'd emerge with nothing, let alone Da 5 Bloods getting only one nomination for score back in June, I wouldn't have believed you, especially in a year like this one. So the Academy's got some sort of vendetta against Spike Lee. I don't know what the hell it is, but that's some shit that he didn't get nominated. Delroy Lindo. Person I'm happiest for, Dom kind of stole my thunder on this one. I'm very happy for Yoon Jung-yoon to get nominated for Minari. I got to go with Maria Bakalova, though. And you got to think, too, this is her first big role. Like her first role, ultimately. Maria Bakalova, she's a Bulgarian actress, and she was so unknown when Borat's subsequent movie film came out. There was hardly any info on her at all. She didn't even have a Wikipedia page. Like, nobody knew who she was, and she came on and just stole the show. I think I hope what happened to Barkat Abdi, who got nominated for Captain Phillips, I hope that doesn't happen to her.
Yeah.
Because he never really went on to do anything else. The good news is, and I found this out on Monday, Bakalova found out she was nominated for an Oscar. She's in the middle of shooting a new Judd Apatow movie. And
Nice.
she was on set.
Oh, cool.
And that's how she found out that she's nominated. The last one I'll say, though, I'm also very happy for Carey Mulligan. But my best picture choice, it's really Minari. It's Minari by a good margin, in my opinion. I would say second would probably be Nomadland for me. I have yet to see The Father, and I have yet to see Sound of Metal. That will change by the time the Oscars come. I also need to see Another Round, too, which I know Joe sung the praises for. And it was
that's the other person I was happy for, was Thomas Vindenberg getting nominated for directing.
A little surprising on that one for him. I thought it might have been George C. Wolfe for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, but you get some new blood in there. Vinterberg nominated for Best Director, so I'll be interested in watch that.
Weird that
right now, though, it's Minari and Nomad. It's Minari really for me at Best Picture, and it's no contest. Nomadland would be my close second. I am kind of disappointed Ma Rainey didn't get nominated for Best Picture. But you can't have everything.